In 1998, I was 27 years old and I was in the best physical shape of my life. I completed a marathon. I did a 112-mile bike ride across the desert in Arizona. I completed many biathlons and triathlons. I would go to the gym. I spent about an hour a day lifting enormous amounts of weight. But the problem was I was in a constant state of pain. I couldn't turn my head to the right for 8 years with chronic neck strain. I would come home from work every day and I would hang myself from the closet door with a home traction unit, just trying to relieve some tension. I couldn't open a bottle of water due to chronically inflamed elbows from doing Olympic-style weightlifting. I couldn't wash my hair. I had a lot more back then. And due to chronically impinged shoulders. I wouldn't leave the house every day without ankle braces because I had non-functioning ligaments in my ankles. And would you believe I was representing the healthy? I was a personal trainer. And all the trainers that worked with me were hurting. All the clients were hurting. It seemed like I was surrounded with suffering. And I recently gave a talk at a university, and I asked everyone in attendance, can you all raise your hand if you have some kind of ache or pain right now? I was completely shocked when every single person raised their hand. These were college students. Literally, it was representing the healthy. They were fitness majors. Again, completely shocked. My suffering and all the suffering that was surrounding me has led me on this incredible journey that taught me how complicated the mind and the body really are. And perhaps we haven't even scratched the surface to understanding our true biology. So today, I would actually like to share with you my method, my process, and my results. After over 16 years of doing this work, and maybe performing over 25,000 sessions, I know how reactivation behaves. I see every day how it helps people heal. I see every day how it helps alleviate aches and pains. I see every day how it enhances performance. Most importantly, I see every single day how it can help alleviate suffering. Now, the only thing I can't tell you is exactly how it works. I know, this is what I do all day. I have no idea how it works. Not true. I've been researching and I'm trying to come up with answers, and I do have my own theories. And I have put those theories out there to many brilliant minds and many top scientists and many medical doctors, and I still have no concrete proof of exactly what happens. So perhaps the best answer I received is that perhaps this work is operating under rules of science that have not yet been discovered. And since nobody was really helping me, I just had to help myself. Now, I'm really, really good at puzzles, and I knew that if I just put the pieces out in front of me, that I could figure this out. It was on this road that reactivation was born. So I would actually like to offer 2 case studies. The first is a 26-year-old tennis player who came to me about 3 years ago with severe left hip pain. He limped into my office and told me how he had to walk off the court during his last match. He was diagnosed with tendonitis and bursitis and told he needs to rest, ice, stretch, and just it will heal. After a week, it wasn't healing. So he heard about what I did and flew in to see me, and after one session, he took 1 day of rest, and he went on to play the US Open the following week and get to the quarterfinals, his best finish ever. His name is Thomas Burdick. He was, I think at the time, #6 tennis player in the world. He is definitely a believer. My second case study I would like to share is a 45-year-old radiology technician who, for the last 20 years, has struggled with severe neck pain. She has to wear a 12-pound lead apron on her shoulders to work, and she works 8 to 12-hour shifts wearing this. It took its toll. She was diagnosed with severe herniated discs. She has something called thoracic outlet and a pinched nerve where she lost feeling down an arm. And over that time, she had over 40 procedures done to help relieve some of this pain. She had 2 major surgeries where they fused discs, they fused vertebrae, they removed discs, and they actually cut out 2 muscles in her neck. She lived on opioid medication for all of 18 years of this. This took more than 1 session. But after about 5 sessions, she was pain-free. And she still works that same job. And to this day, Jen, as long as Jen gets her monthly session, she is completely off her opioid medication. So I can stand up here all day and I can tell you story after story, but talking is one thing and doing is another. So I would actually like to do a demonstration and show you all what this is about. And I'd like to bring up Charles, who volunteered earlier, who has never been on my table. He has no idea what's about to happen. Don't worry, I won't hurt you. Okay, Charles. So Charles, can you lay down here face up and just put your head here? How old are you?
16.
So Charles, any aches or pains or problems?
No.
A perfectly healthy 16-year-old, no problems, and I love when this comes in my office because this is very rare. So this is a 2-part system. Our bodies know how to talk, and I've developed a language that I can talk to this body. Charles can be completely asleep, and his body will still be talking to me. And I would like to show you this and show you how it works. So if I ask a question, can you hold this up? Yep. Don't only push this down. Hold. Does that feel very strong? Very strong?
Yes.
Super strong? Good. Let's try this one. I'm going to change the question. You ready? Hold. Can't do it? Try it one more time. Hold. It's not that this is weaker. His body's talking. And again, when I ask a question, and this all has to do with the questions in my head. Now, I did write a book on this. It's only for my students. I have about 5,000 questions that I can ask a body. What I'm looking for are dysfunctions in the body. I'm looking for weaknesses in the body. What these weaknesses are, we're not really sure. But they do show themselves in pain. They show themselves in tightness. Just bend this knee here. Let me just see if there's any kind of asymmetry. Just relax for a second. Nothing's going to hurt. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
And how about that?
It's okay.
It's pretty good? Let me try this side. Didn't want to lose a microphone. So, does that feel okay? And how about that? So, does that hurt at all? Mm-hmm. A little bit right there? So that's about as far as he has. Y'all see that? Like he's got about 45 degrees of motion in his hip, and there's a little bit of pain. Doesn't go anymore. But when I go on this side, he probably has about almost 90 degrees of motion. And any pain?
No.
No pain at all. So that tells me something. It tells me there's a problem. I don't really know what the problem is yet, but I can start asking questions. Again, when I start asking questions, I will get answers. So Charles, can you hold this leg right here? Don't only move it towards this one. You ready? Hold. Does that feel okay? Again, this is not about strength. I have 300-pound linemen on my table, and I can sometimes push them over with one pinky, just because their body's talking. You ready? Hold. That's pretty good. Try this side. Don't let me go here to here. You ready? Hold. You want to try that again? You ready? Hold. Not happening? No. Charles could be completely asleep, and his body will still do that. Again, we're not sure who's answering, but something's answering, and that's telling me something. So when he can't do that, that tells me right away, again, based on my question, that this problem comes from the nervous system level. The nervous system level, to me, controls how everything works in this body. So let's go a little deeper. Can you hold this here? Is that okay? Turn your head to the right. And hold. Your other right. How's that feel?
It feels okay.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Turn your head to the left. And hold. Nothing. You want to try that again? Hold. Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing. So, when he can't do that, that tells me something. Every single position, it has nothing to do with the position. Charles is not really weak every time he turns to the left and he's going to collapse. What that tells me is that when he turns to the left, I have a correlation with every single position. Every single position that I put his body in, to me, correlates with some kind of weakness. So when he can't do that, hold this here again. Turn. No way. Head straight. Just your eyes. Look over here. Very strong. Eyes over here. Now head straight. Just eyes over here. Uh-oh. Tilt your head back. So there's a pattern developing here. Raise your head up, hold. Again, all questions in my head, his body's talking. If I touch something with my fingers, it just helps me change the question. If I touch here, hold tight, pretty strong. If I touch here, down it goes. No way. So when Charles can't do this, again, let's correct it. The first part is finding the weaknesses. The really cool part is fixing them. So I have my ways of correcting things. And again, this is about a connection right now between Charles and me. This is what makes people scratch their head. Because honestly, this is not about the points that I'm touching. I could be doing this entire thing through his foot, through his wrist, through his leg. It doesn't really matter. What I'm doing is I created a means so that I can teach this. So all of these points are somehow connecting us and hopefully going to make Charles heal. And we're going to see a whole bigger difference in his leg. So really importantly, this work is not about me. I'm not a guru, I'm not a healer. I've just developed and uncovered something that has the ability to connect us all and help us heal, no matter what our differences. That this work is absolutely 100% reproducible. I have taught this since 2006, and my students can get the exact same results that I get. Okay, Charles. Let's try that again. Hold this here. Does that feel okay?
Yes.
Okay, turn your head this way and hold. Pretty strong?
It is.
You sure? Good. Head straight. Eyes here. Pretty strong. Tilt your head back. Pretty strong. And if I touch, strong, strong. So that's all, to me, working properly. But watch what happens. So this leg was not very strong before. Don't let me move this from here to here again. You ready? Hold. How does that feel? Really strong?
Really strong.
Good. Now, that's kind of cool, but doesn't mean a whole lot. What I say means a whole lot is that he only had about 45 degrees of motion here. And just relax. How does that feel now?
It's okay.
Any pain?
No.
No. Can I go a little more? So, to me, now we're even. So he just gained about another 40 degrees of motion in his leg without me ever touching the leg. Pretty cool. Now, doing this again. So, you play any sports?
I play baseball.
Baseball. The most important muscle in baseball, he's going to have to hold his arm over his head to throw. Can you hold this here?
Yep.
Don't let me lift it up. You got it?
Got it.
Not happening?
Yeah.
You want to try it again? Hold? No way. So, one more thing. I want to show you how we are all connected and how we can actually make each other strong. You know what, can I have you three come up for a sec, please? Just stand over here. And I want you to hold hands close to Charles' head, right here. Really close, right here, it's perfect. Right here. All hold hands. This one right here, I'm just going to put this position right here, okay? Now, hold this here again. Just hold that thought. Hold here. Can't do it?
Kinda.
I want you to touch Charles' head right here. Now, send him some really healing thoughts. You ready? Hold this here.
Mm-hmm.
How's that feel now?
Strong, but I
Very,
say heal.
you might try it again? Hold. Very strong?
It is.
It is. Let go. Now try it. Weak again. We can connect. Thank you. So, when that's weak, again, that tells me something. This needs to be corrected. So in a typical session, we go head to toe, literally head to toe. Every single thing relates. That, again, I could work on something in Charles. Let's try it again. Hold here. Strong? Very strong?
Yes.
Very strong. One more thing. Squeeze the pinky in your thumb. Get rid of these three. Right there. Hold. Can't do it? Try again. No way? Try this one. Pinky and thumb. No way?
No.
Can't do it. Just to show you, it has nothing to do with the points. This is not about hitting a certain spot in our body. This is about the thought in my head. It's about the intention and a connection that we now have. So we're going to correct that through his foot. Okay. You ready? Hold. How's that feel now?
Really strong.
And try this one. Hold. Really strong? Perfect. Thank you, Charles. You can come on up. So, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
My wish. Hello. You can clap for Charles. My wish is not to get results. I do that every day in my office. My wish is to be able to better understand the science behind this, and maybe from the wider audience that's going to see this, some guidance may be forthcoming. Already, medicine and science are starting to take notice, and hopefully at some point soon we can get this studied and get this published so that this work can be out there and we can help heal the world. Thank you.